It's a special day here in the Panorama Brand Studio because we are here with the WellnessForHou team. You can find our community on Instagram as WellnessForHou. I started WellnessForHou back in October 2021, and now almost 2 years later, we have grown to 4 team members that I call friends. In today's episode, we want to share our team stories, how we help Houston be more well, highlights from 2023 as well as challenges, tips for working together as a team, what we're excited for on this podcast, as well as our goals for 2024. So with that, let's kick off a little bit about each of us. I am your host, Alexis Musso, chemical engineering project manager, yoga instructor, holistic health coach, and now this business owner. I'm known for being an Aries, Cancer, Virgo, Manny Jin, connector of people, wellness brands ambassador, dark chocolate lover. It's literally my daily treat. You can usually find me on a daily walk, sipping a matcha, or seeking out some self-care like cryo, massage, facials. My all-time favorite show is Friends, which kind of gives me the vibe here. And I'm currently obsessed with binge watching Suits on Netflix. I'm a girlfriend to an acupuncturist, which we're going to have a whole other episode on. So that's a little bit about me. So now I'm going to let y'all talk if we want to go around. So Whitney.
Hi, everybody. I am Whitney. I am the co-creator and business partner of WellnessForHou, yoga, fitness, dance instructor, writer, paralegal, lover of coffee, books, and bubble baths. I am a cat mom and a marathon runner. You can find me hustling all over Houston, whether I'm teaching classes, assisting clients at a law firm, or promoting super fun events for our community. Alexis also likes to add that I'm like the go-to team therapist. So in my spare time, I love to work out, spend time with my boyfriend and friends, and I love a good weekend nap always. This is my self-care non-negotiable. I'm also a California native, and I love to visit my family there whenever I can. God has blessed me with beautiful people in my life, including these ladies, so I'm truly thankful to be here.
Aww. Love you.
Yeah, likewise.
Your turn.
Hi, Kate, yoga instructor, body surfer, vegan, volunteer, interior design consultant, business development manager, event planner, wife, aunt 10 times, almost 11 coming soon, and a plant mama. Love me some plant babies. You can also find me all over Houston, just like Whitney, whether it's teaching a yoga class or taking a yoga class. I like to intermix the modalities to keep it interesting and to grow in new ways. I enjoy finding unique things to do around town with my friends and family. You can also find me scoping out vegan-friendly restaurants all over town. I love it, love it. It's amazing how many great spots there are to eat here, and we live in one of the best cities to be a picky foodie.
Yes.
We sure do. Also, if you need contract furniture for your workplace, I'm your gal. Had to throw that in there.
Yes.
And I love that.
Awesome.
Thanks.
I am Michelle. Hi, everybody. Content creator, coach, personal cheerleader. I'm your IG BFF. I'm an event bartender, former geologist. I like to say retired at a young age. Recovery technician, social media manager. We all do it all. But I love to grow my life in new ways and try new things. And so when Alexis had the idea for WellnessForHou, I was like, I got to be a part of it. And so you can catch me at events like behind the camera, taking content, but also flowing alongside of you, breathing with you, doing whatever we're doing together. And in the community, in life, in my real life, I'm also all over the city, just like the other girls. Houston's a big city. Houston's an hour from Houston, and there's so many places to be. So that's just exploring, and being a tourist in this big, small city is one of my favorite things to do, whether that's food, activities, events. There's always something going on. And so, yeah, I just like to explore and be a part of things.
I love it. Woo!
Yay!
Well, I wanted to start off introducing ourselves because we just had our book club and we read Gifts of Imperfections by Brené Brown. And one of our favorite parts we were talking about was when she talks about many people have multi/careers. And I thought that was something we should definitely be proud of. So I'm glad we got to share a little bit about all the things that we do and love. So yeah, thanks ladies for being here.
Thank you.
So I figured we'd kick off with how we all met, because it's been a journey. I know all of you, pretty much we started growing together when we were back at the Studio B, teaching yoga or working there. I know Michelle and I had connected over our love of wellness, and we were both into alkaline water back. Well, I was. Michelle still is.
Water
I guess.
snobs.
Water snobs.
Water snobs.
Water sommelier. What's a fancy word?
I can never say that word right.
Sommelier.
Connoisseur? I don't know.
Yes.
Something like that. So we met through that, and she was looking for other wellness gigs, and I was like, come over to the studio, be a part of the family. So I think that's how we connected, and you got into the space.
That's how I got into the studio and loved it. Just the community there and just meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Really, the people that come out of opportunities is the best.
Yeah.
And I, started there doing sculpt classes. We did the sculpt training together, and I was taking your yoga classes and decided to go get certified to teach.
Aww.
And then I think once I was certified, you and I were always like the early shift people.
Early morning. I was there. I swear it was like Monday
Our
through
morning
Friday.
birds.
Yeah, every morning at 6 o'clock. Every morning.
Every morning.
Had to get those early bird workouts in.
Well, I taught like evening or normal time classes, and Kate would
That's
always
how
be
we
there. That's
Always
Kate
the
and I's
evening
time.
class.
Yes, and again, what I love about Kate, I know I said this in the first episode, is that she would come into class, and one of my jobs as a teacher is to greet and talk to people, and Kate would just do that as well. So like you were like my right-hand wing girl, like unknowingly, just like, oh, hi, what's your name? Like, thanks for sitting next to me today. Like, just really sweet and making everyone feel welcome, which I was so happy and
Yeah,
loved your
you have
energy.
that like beautiful, contagious just energy wherever you go, talking to people and just sharing your love for movement and yoga. So
I do. I love to embrace community, and I think that's why this all works out. It's it's fun to meet new people and share that connection, especially in a yoga space, because you're going to be flowing right beside them, and letting them know we're here to support each other. We're not here to judge. We're just here to move and groove and work whatever it is out in our lives on our mats, and I love that aspect. So
It makes all those little awkward touch dog moments.
love touches when you do
It's
a little
like,
turn
I'm
to
on
the
your
side.
mat. Yeah. I kicked
your
your
foot's in my
hydro
rib
flask.
Can you give me a little deeper stretch of my fold? Thank you.
And I think it's sweet that even though obviously we all moved on from there, and yet that connection has grown, and we're all here together in this new journey and on this team together. And I just think that's really wonderful. So.
And Kate hit it on the head. I think we're all really passionate about community, and we wanted to continue bringing community together in a well way and in a creative way. So I think that's what we're all about. Wouldn't y'all say?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exploring.
100%.
Well, so we've had a really awesome year. I calculated we held 36 events, which is
Wow,
Woo!
that is so much more than I thought when you said that. I was like, what?
I know, right? Time flies. I should have calculated last year's too, but we held 36 this year, which means if you divide that by 12, that's about 3 a month, which is amazing.
Wow,
that's
so
awesome.
yeah, we should be really proud of ourselves for everything
Incredible.
we did for the community. I brought a list of some of the ones because I figured we could go around and kind of shout out some of our favorites if y'all want to look back in time here. I know I loved all of them, so it's really hard to pick, obviously, but one of my favorites was the wellness walks. I was thinking about it. We actually, our first ever event ever, I think, was a wellness walk.
I think it
Like
was.
way back when, in 2022. I don't know what year we're in.
Time is an illusion.
So we started with that just to get the community out and to sort of create the name. Obviously, Whitney and I were hosting yogas at the acupuncture clinic, was a seed for our growth. But then our first official own event, I think, was a walk. And then we continued to do those pretty much quarterly in different places, walking to different businesses, collaborating with different people like Haley on those. And so as I said in my intro, I love a daily walk. So just having like 20, 30 other gal pals walking with me is just great.
And dogs coming along.
And the dog watching. Yes, I love the dog watching. So that's a couple of my favorites, as well as all the yogas. I love the new moons. And I think y'all will agree with this. What's great about the new moon yogas is we all usually play a part in some way. So we'll do a Vinyan or the sound bowls. the content, the team. So there's like a lot of little elements in it. You'll clear the space with Palo Santo, you know, so it seems like a really like even team event, which I love.
I love that when we all of us have a role to play in a certain event. That's so nice.
That happens in so many of the events, though. One of my favorites is the Madly Fit, and that one was a big collaboration of multiple different things, because we started with the HIIT, more high-intensity workout with Mad and their team, and then we shifted into a beautiful flow that Alexis and Whitney led, and then tied it all together with, I hadn't done an ice bath in, I don't know, like 15 years. Like,
Since playing volleyball.
I know, since playing college volleyball, so not 15 years, I'm not that old. I was like, wait, that's bad math. That's girl math? I'm not sure.
Girl math. Girl math. I love that.
Times an illusion. It's all, but that was one of my favorites. But doing that ice bath that was with humans, so it's like we all get to contribute to events in different ways, but we also bring the community together in different ways and get to like all collab. And
With
I
the businesses,
love that. Bring the businesses together in this different spaces, which is so fun.
And it was fun to see like the business owners getting in the ice baths together.
Oh, yeah.
Not together, but like, you know.
In their own ice bath as a challenge.
Separately, but together.
Separately, but together.
And I think it was like 100 degrees that day.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that
It was so warm.
Perfect.
We're going to have to do that again. I'm just waiting for the weather to warm back up.
Yeah.
Because I love that
I was
one.
out of town for that one. I was so
Oh,
jealous.
well, we have to
We'll
do it again. We'll do it again.
Absolutely.
I think I agree. They're all so unique and so fun for different reasons. I guess some of my favorites have been like the dancey ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because for me, you know, I grew up dancing, and there's such a creativity and just like freedom when you dance. And so for me, and also it's just kind of getting back a little bit out of my comfort zone, since it's been a while since I've taught purely dance. So getting to do those events is really pushes my creativity, which I love, and just getting to see people out there shaking it, having fun, and collabing with places like Picnic and you know, doing Rise Movement. Those are always fun. So I love it.
The dance ones are some of my favorite too, because it lets us like just
Wiggle
be free and shake it off.
Shake it off.
Literally.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that I do love the dance ones too.
And I will say, I feel like we're getting too old to stay out till 2 a.m. dancing at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
So like, this is my
good way.
This is my good way of like shaking
healthy
it.
way of dancing.
May not be in the club, but we'll be out in the
Still
daytime.
good.
The day club.
Shake it.
Yeah, the day club.
Absolutely. I think one of my favorites is the plant ones at Buchanan's. And then the one that we co-led, that one was really special.
It was.
It's always fun teaching alongside someone else. It kind of breaks it up, and we got a lot of great feedback on that. It was interesting because, you know, a couple people came up and told me, they were like, you know, y'all's voices just transitioned so well. We didn't even realize like it was a different person until later. And I was like, really? Oh, cool. Like I would have never thought that, because I feel like we have distinct different voices, but that was really nice.
It did. And the one that we did, was it the Lotus?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was so fun.
That was fun, yeah.
We made it all plant themed, and
Yes.
Kate brought the lavender towels at the end, which it was also like 90 something degrees
We
that
live in
day.
Houston.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was really lovely when you brought the towels.
Thank you. I know I
Yes,
hadn't done that in a while, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to surprise them. They're going to be sweating.
Beautiful surprise.
That
And
was
just a beautiful space.
A couple people brought surprises. I thought that was really special because Buchanan's brought us an ice chest of water.
Yes.
In addition to being surrounded by their beautiful plants, which is calming as is.
Amazing.
You brought the lavender cold towels, and then one of the ladies brought
The brownies.
the brownies, like gluten-free brownies. So
Yes,
like everybody
gluten-free.
just out of their own heart, which is I think the energy we bring, felt like contributing, and it was beautiful.
Absolutely. And then the plants were bringing their oxygen for us, and we were giving the carbon dioxide to them. It was just like this beautiful breath movement
Kate
between
speaks
us.
plant.
She is.
I raise plant babies.
Yes, I love that you ended up in the seat next to the
I-
plant.
I do too.
It wasn't intentional.
Well, I was planning to sit where you were, and then you sat there, and I was like, okay, I'll take the plant side.
You were being summoned to the plant.
Summoned.
I was.
You might need to teach me how to keep plants alive, because
I
Share
can't.
my
Oh, yeah.
secrets.
I do not have a green thumb. It's just not there.
It's a lot of trial and error. And my husband reminded me that, you know what, if it dies, you can just buy a new one. And I was like, oh, but it still hurts my heart if I'm the one, the reason why it doesn't survive.
Oh my goodness.
Might need you to come over and like check on my garden and tell me how I'm doing.
I will. I'd love to. I'd love to.
Well, I love all of those, and I think the cherry on top is tonight.
Yes,
We are hosting our holiday party,
So exciting.
So fun.
which is going to
Can't
be
wait.
great. And it's going to be yoga and hot tea and some crafts, and then we'll move into dinner and dessert and gift bags. And I'm just super excited just to give back to the community tonight and host it. I will say, beyond community, one thing we're really good at is resilience, which Whitney and I talk about a lot. And this event is going to be one of those because we originally
Oh, yes.
planned
Yes.
it outside, and we were going to host and cook ourselves for the dinner party, but the weather's been pretty cold and rainy, and we don't like mud or cold. So we moved it inside this week to a yoga studio and a restaurant. So I'm really proud of us.
It's going to be very special. And yeah, I think it was a lot of back and forth. And yeah, it's going to be good though. I think just, when something doesn't work out, plan B, we keep it moving.
Yep.
And we had it filled when it was outside. And I feel like it just gives me a reminder that it's about community, because when we had to change the location, everybody stayed.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like, totally understand that. We're so excited. So really, again, it comes down to community. It's not necessarily like the place or the things. It's that we're all coming
It's
together.
the people.
Yeah, it's the people.
Yeah, and shout out to Alexis because she's making sure those gift bags are really special, which I'm so excited about. But I saw some sneak peeks, and so the attention to detail that you put into, those little touches, it's really
I like
great.
the little touches. There's a few other things I was waiting for in the mail, but I'll just have to give this to y'all, hint, hint, maybe before Christmas. So yeah, I'm super excited. So that's a little bit about our favorite memories. And so now I want to do a reflection, just looking back at things we've done well working as a team and why we've been able to make it work, and then also some challenges. So if people are looking to work with friends and their own group of ladies, we can share what we've learned.
Yeah. I think, first and foremost, all of us are friends. We all started out as friends. And so there is that mutual respect for one another, and that comes first, right? And then, so I think that helps with, and maybe I know, Michelle, you were talking about this, if you want to touch on this, but like, sometimes you have to shift into business mode, and that can be challenging when you're working with friends. But if you come back to that level of respect at the core, it makes it easy to transition. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And it's about communication and understanding within all of that respect, that having the conversation and the tough conversations sometimes where it's like, I didn't necessarily want to say it in this way, but I need to just get it out, and I know you're going to understand because I'm coming from the right place. The words are just funny. And so sometimes the communication is tricky and it's a little hard to navigate, but it's about having the respect and putting the effort into that energy. Because it is, sometimes it's tough to like distinguish between, okay, like normally I wouldn't even have to ask about something like this, but this is a little different because it's more of a business thing. But as friends, I would never even think twice about it.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's like that fine line when we stepped into this space, and we've had some bumps through it, but we've navigated it beautifully.
And I think bumps make us stronger, because I would rather we communicate so we can get better than, holding it in, not expressing it, and then just getting frustrated, right? Like that, there's pros and cons to both of those, but I think we've done a good job of at least bringing up, hey, in this situation, like this is what I'm seeking, and here's where I'm coming from.
And I also love just the level of support. Like, I know that if I need something, or even if I just need to talk about how I'm struggling, or there's just a lot going on, I can reach out to these ladies. Like, we have each other's backs. I know for a fact that I can come to either one of you if I need something, or if I just want to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the benefit too of being friends, is that we do have that trust already and that relationship built. So when something happens or falls through, I'm like, hey, this happened, we need to switch locations, or now we need someone else to teach, we usually really have each other's backs because we were friends inherently to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah, we rally behind each other
Yes.
all the time. Like, we have our own personal team therapist and everyone's favorite cheerleader. So it's like it's a good balance of all of that energy.
And that highlights too that we all have strengths and weaknesses. And so that was one of the things I wanted to add is it helps to acknowledge what your own strengths and weaknesses are and recognize it in others. And so, like, one of my strengths is being very organized, right? Like, I've got the calendar, I've got the spreadsheet, like, y'all can always come ask me and I can tell you what's happening, so I got it. And then my weakness is, or maybe something I'm not as good at, I love to lean on you guys for. Like, I told you yesterday, I love to lean on you guys for meditation. I love your voices, it calms me down. I love to lean on Michelle for content because, when you're running the event, you want to be focusing on the people, and so having somebody we can do that for us is amazing. Mm-hmm. So just recognizing those strengths and weaknesses is something I'm really proud of us for.
And also, like you said, being able to trust each other. Like, I can come to you and be like, Alexis, we got this. Like, you need to, like, let go, lean back, and just let it happen. Like, we good. You got this. Like, let it go. Like, take a breath, woosah,
I can't tell you how many times you've come to me and been like, girl, we got this. Breathe.
Yes.
Go do your thing.
Yes.
We did some breath work before this, just saying.
we did.
We had to have a moment.
So I also agree on that aspect because there have been times this year where my health has just taken a turn, and it somehow happens every once in a while when a Wellness for Hugh event is coming up, and like the Barbie event, and I really was excited about doing that with you, and then
It was your idea.
it was my idea. Thank you. Props. But you know what? I was like not feeling that great, and I was like, man, why do I not feel well? Like, is this just in my head? And I was like, Alexis was like, maybe you'll feel better tomorrow and you'll come. And I was like, I hope that's the case. And then that morning I was like, oh no. And I'm glad I stayed home because it ended up being COVID. And had I gone, I would have shared all of that with y'all. And that would have hurt me bad to know that I would have spread that. And so I'm glad that I talked to y'all and I listened to y'all, and you all were very supportive and like, yeah, we got this.
We tried to bring your energy into the event.
I heard it went really well, so I saw the cute little
Yeah,
photos.
since I ended up filling in for the yoga part that you were going to teach, I watched Barbie the night before.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You hadn't even seen it.
I was like, oh no, Kate fell ill. Now I have to watch the Barbie movie so I can like be in character.
Also, Kate and I teach together at a studio, and
Yes.
we also like tag team. If one person can't teach, we will like sub for each other and have each other's back on that, which is nice.
Absolutely. I love that.
And another fun fact, Michelle actually lives above my office, which is really cool. Like, I always just say, like, I like try to bring my friends all around me at all places. And
Bring the
so,
good
like,
energy.
her and I will like see each other in passing, and we can check in with each other, which is nice
That's
too.
nice.
It's always fun when I come down all the stairs. And Whitney's like getting out of her car, and I'm like, oh yay.
Oh yay.
That reminds me of when Alexis and I run into each other at Human. Unknowingly, we're sitting there texting the group, texting about what's coming up and what we're planning, and then all of a sudden I get a photo sent to my phone that's me sitting down texting at Human, and I'm like,
I see you.
I was like, oh.
That's hilarious.
I was like, I look very devious in this photo. What am I thinking about while I'm like very into what I'm texting?
So funny. And Human's a fairly small space. So one time I guess I was on the phone or something.
Yep.
I don't remember. But I heard you tell Hunter, one of the staff members, is that Alexis's voice upstairs? And I literally heard you say that. And I was like, yes! It's me!
I
We're
love
all in
it.
the same places all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like I had another thought when we were chatting there. Oh yeah, so another thing I like working together is kind of like, because we're friends and we're business partners, we also will do things outside of the business together so that we can check in, but also to just help each other be better people. And so, we love to partner up and go to workouts. Like, we'll go to MAD and work out together as accountability, but also before and after, then we can chat for 15, 20 minutes about a plan we have coming up. and we've gone to Val's yoga together before, like as accountability, y'all can lean
I
on
need to do
me.
this with you, ladies.
I know, you can just be like, hey, come to this class with me, like that way
Let
we
me
can
get
check
out of
in and-
December and then let's go.
Yes.
So that's been fun too, or even like getting a bite at Vibrant,
Oh,
So,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I think too, like probably the most challenging thing is really just the fact that, like as we highlighted earlier, we do have so many slashes. And so we are all doing a lot in the community and, for our day jobs and night jobs. And so it can be difficult sometimes to align our schedules, which isn't a bad thing because we do have so much passion for what we're doing. It's just a challenge to try to all, like getting together for this podcast. We had to like look at our calendars weeks in
Multiple, yeah,
advance.
When did we schedule this? Because it was way back
It
there.
was in October, right?
I think it was in
I think this
October.
might have been our furthest planned out event. Like by far, just so that all four of us could
I
be
very
here.
much thank you for that because my calendar gets crazy during the holidays. I'm sure y'all's do
Yeah.
too.
With
So
trips,
it was
yeah.
great timing for y'all to like put that on our calendar early.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually agree. I think our biggest challenge is working around everyone's schedules, but honestly, I feel like we've done a really good job at it.
We make it work.
I think it's because
Yeah.
we put it a priority.
Yeah.
But to anybody else outside looking in, day jobs, night job, different times teaching at yoga studios, relationships, time for relationships, time for yourself. Like, it looks like there's nowhere our paths would cross. Like, if you just were looking from the outside
Right,
in.
that's true.
But we're
Can you
all-
imagine
yeah.
if you stacked our calendars
I
on
know.
top of each
Oh
other?
my goodness.
It'd be like the ultimate game of Tetris. Just
Yeah.
Just
It would
got
have to be
chills
color
when you said that.
coordinated.
I remember
yeah.
one time I was talking to Michelle about trying to schedule a time to hang out, and she showed me her calendar, and I was like, girl, she's like, over here I've scheduled my nap. And I'm like, that's what I need to start doing is scheduling my naps.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes that nap is an actual nap, and sometimes it's just like a moment, and it's like 15 minutes where I can like just take a step and breathe, and like that's something that you guys have always reminded me of with how busy my schedule gets sometimes, that I forget to take those pauses, and they're so easy to find those little moments, and it's like I put it on my calendar so that I take the breath, I take that minute.
Me time.
Yes, and it's like, because sometimes I don't get the whole evening to just wind down and relax and like have a cup of tea before bed, but if I do that one mindful thing, and so that's something that like being a part of this community has reminded me of those moments, and like keeps me in my game, because without the accountability, the reflection piece, those like just reminders, seeing you guys thriving and doing great stuff, I'm like, I need to get to work. I'm going to go to the gym today.
Yay!
It's like those little things. It's like, okay.
Inspire each other.
Yeah, it's like, I know how busy you guys are and you're making it happen, and I can do the same thing. And I know we're doing that for each other, but we're also doing it in the community and for others all the time. And
To
that's
inspire
yeah,
others as
that's
well.
always so fun.
And giving yourself grace for like, because we're very dedicated people, and it's like we're just go, go, go. And I feel like something I've learned this year, again, being part of the community, learning from y'all, is having that grace. If you can't show up one day the way that you want to, but the fact that you showed up actually means something. And so, even if you can't show up, give yourself grace and know that this is just a bump. And you'll get back on track, and like just having that, it's easier to say now looking back, but it's hard in the moment, and having support system like you to keep us on track and be like, hey, take a break, it's fine.
And to ask for help, like lean on the team if you need help.
I think we're
Absolutely.
really good at giving each other grace.
Yeah.
We're reminding each other that you can take grace for yourself.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
I love
And
that.
just to
Eat that cookie if you
eat
want.
that cookie. I might have brought some cookies for y'all.
Maybe take a workout class with WellnessForHou the next day.
Exactly. Okay, girls, it's time to eat some dough. No, not money, but cookie dough, spelled D-E-U-X. It's an edible cookie dough that I'm obsessed with, love to share with y'all, and it's a favorite Healthy Vibes treat. Dough is female-founded by Sabina, who grew up eating and loving junk food and wanted to transform one of her nostalgic treats by removing bad ingredients like refined sugar and preservatives and just and adding in good-for-you functional ingredients like zinc, elderberry, and aloe vera. So dough to me is a perfect holiday treat to feel naughty, but to stay on the nice list. And the best part is you can eat it raw with a spoon or bake it into cookies. So I've bought both of those for us to share. And whilst we eat our cookie and dough on this episode, if you're watching, check out Dough's top flavors online, like chocolate chip and gooey brownie, or the limited edition collabs like the Skinny Confidential buttercream sugar cookie, or right now, their holiday flavors, peppermint sugar cookie, pumpkin spice. You can use code WellWithAlexis10 for 10% off your order. That's WellWithAlexis10 at eatdough.com. That's DEUX.com. So why don't we try it? All right, here's what I brought for everybody in the studio, including our recording guys.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll let me hand this over to you. And then I have a napkin and our, of course, pink plates for Wellness for Hugh.
In her spare time, she bakes.
And my boyfriend tried to eat all the cookies last night, so it's a miracle that I was able to save y'all one. So this is the space brownie, which is like a play on the like little brownies with the sprinkles. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
cosmic brownies.
the cosmic brownies, yeah, it's a play on the
those square
cosmic
ones.
brownies, but like healthier. And I brought the, sorry.
Like, let me get a cookie.
And here's the jar, so cute.
Oh,
So its
Yummy.
functional ingredients are going to be, it has reishi in it, which I love, jasmine tea extract,
That's good.
cacao, of course, and then other fun things like beet juice and turmeric just to give like the sprinkles color. So yeah, check it out. You can eat it with a spoon
it's
straight
very
out of the jar, or you can bake it. I tried to leave them a little bit gooey and like not overcook them because contrary to
I
what
like
y'all
that.
said, I'm not a great baker.
And another great option if you're vegan, too, to be able to enjoy.
Thank you. I didn't want to
Yeah.
ask if it wasn't. This is
really cute.
gorgeous. Beautiful sticker.
We needed a snack. Cheers.
Cheers, ladies. Got my plate.
And just speaking on like team tools, some things that we utilize that help us communicate, we have our group text. We send calendar invites so that we can block everybody's calendars for events or podcasts. We utilize email for more information. What else? I mean, obviously we
quick
have our
Zoom call,
Eventbrite,
quick
quick Zoom
FaceTime.
call.
I love that you put the logo in our team chat, so like
Like
y'all,
pops
my
up
text
as
messages.
I
are
have
just
it favorited
insane
at the
these
top.
days.
And mine's like at the very top.
I love it.
So those are a couple of tools that we use. And obviously at the end of events, AirDrop saves us. So
AirDrop.
thank goodness y'all have iPhones or you might not be
Oh
on
my
this
gosh.
team. Right? Everybody has an iPhone.
Yeah,
right?
the
There's
chat
no-
is
Oh, that
blue.
would, yes.
The chat is blue.
The chat is
yeah.
blue.
Sometimes we'll have one of our
Makes a
boyfriends or
difference.
husband or somebody take content and it'll be an Android. And I'm
Ugh,
like, I don't know how I'm supposed to get this from you.
And then it's gonna be blurry.
Google Drive.
Why do all the dudes have Androids? What
It's
is
annoying.
that?
I know. I will say us all having iPhones has accelerated
It is a
our
blessing.
ability to integrate.
Thank you, Apple.
Y'all have Androids or Apples? Okay, we got Apple.
Right.
Okay, good.
Yes. All the pros have Apple.
So, all right, I have
I'm
to
gonna
tell y'all
cause
this.
so much chaos by
My
saying
family group chat, we have a large family.
Yep.
And all of us except my older brother had an iPhone. Well, recently, the text turned blue when I sent it, and I was like, OMG, did you just get an iPhone? And I was thinking, no, like something happened to his phone, and he's using my nephew's iPad. You know, people
Yeah.
do that. And he was like, yeah, I got it. I want to get that watch coming out. And I was like,
I thought
"You're
I kicked out the group chat.
yeah. well, he had sent, or I sent something. Yeah, I did check to make sure he was on it.
Yeah.
So he
That's
changed from
funny.
Android to iPhone? I
Just
love
to get
that.
a watch.
Just to get the
Oh,
watch.
they're nice.
Okay, well,
Hey, whatever it takes.
whatever
I
it
know.
takes.
I was like, okay, I thought you were die hard, but no. Switch for a watch.
Well, to finish out 2023, I want us to read a couple of the testimonials we got, and then we can talk about goals for 24. So I know Whitney and I have a copy of them here. So I guess I want y'all to kind of just like read top down. We'll each read one. So Whitney, if you want to read one, and then we'll share.
Sure. Okay. I will read Margaret. Shout out to Margaret. Love her.
Yeah.
Margaret said, I love the communal aspect of Wellness for Hugh. After I've moved back to Houston last year, I was living alone and working remotely, so I was looking for opportunities to connect with people in person. I went to my first Wellness for Hugh event last August. It was a Vignon with Third Eye Acupuncture at Mala Market. Love those. And I've been hooked ever since. Each Wellness for Hugh event is thoughtfully and carefully curated by the Wellness for Hugh team in collaboration with amazing local businesses and professionals to provide a unique and meaningful wellness experience. And because Wellness for Hugh is essentially a community of people as opposed to a brick and mortar studio or gym, the events are naturally much more conducive to forming genuine personal connections than a typical exercise class or gym workout. I love that.
Love that. That was really, really
Yes.
sweet of her to write all of that. And
So well written.
so well written. Even I couldn't say that. You said that.
Working
Get it
hard
out.
in the morning.
A lot of
okay?
alliteration. Yeah.
know.
Well
Yes.
heard.
And Margaret also always brings her dog Sadie, who is like our
Yes,
mascot.
our
Oh, we love
mascot.
Sadie.
And she holds people's hands in Shavasana.
know.
It's so cute.
It was so cute. I'll have to find that picture. Something that, like Margaret pointed out too, is she said I moved back to Houston and had been living alone and working remotely. And so for anybody who's moved here and maybe doesn't know anybody, or when we were coming out of COVID and people were in isolation a lot, a gift that we gave is that we're a community you can come join to meet people, and we're really good at connecting people. So anybody moving here, I feel like those people find us. We've had several people come and be like, I just moved from Canada or just moved from Cali and I saw your community. I Googled like wellness communities and we popped up, which I love.
And it can be hard, you know, when you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, and you're moving here to a new city and you're working a lot. It can be difficult and intimidating to step out and meet and form new relationships. So having that community, creating those events to like help make it easier.
Have a safe space.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I love that. Okay. Kate, you want to read them?
All right. Just to make it interesting, I'll skip one and go up to Ariadna.
Yes.
Hey, I got it. I was able to meet new friends and also make my friendships stronger. I felt safe and authentic. It helped me make my body stronger. I am grateful for this community. That's so
love that.
sweet.
It is safe that their events are authentic and make people feel safe and stronger, body and mind.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that she said that, like, she made new friends, but she made her friendship stronger. It's so easy to invite a friend to a Wellness for You event. It's like, I'm going, come with me. And so it's like you're building those friendships and making more connections at the same time. And so I think that's a fun, like, aspect that she brought up in hers.
Your turn.
Oh, my turn. Let's see what Gina had to say. Gina said, I love the feeling of community and the acceptance I get from events for Wellness for Hugh, as well as getting in a great workout. We do love that. I love the creativity that's put into the events, such as fun mimosas or a sound bath. Which is really cool.
That's my coworker, by the way. Shout out to Gina. Love her.
Oh,
yes, Gina. I know Gina.
I know
Gina.
Gina.
You know Gina.
I know Gina. We all know Gina. When did y'all do mimosas? That must have been one I missed.
That was like a
Sunset.
rooftop. The
Oh, I
rooftop,
do. I
yeah.
just didn't.
Yeah,
that's
we
right.
did them at the pool, too. The yoga
yeah.
swim.
They're always
That's
optional.
right. There's
so
always
you could do
optional.
like regular or
Yep.
mimosa.
I brought non-alcoholics.
Those
Okay.
were
Yeah.
so good, by the
Oh,
way.
yes.
Oh, that's like my favorite
the berries?
non-alcoholic bubbly.
I need to get that
Yeah.
from you. We'll talk later.
I was like, I can't think of it right now to drop it on the podcast.
I guess I'll read the last two that I have on here because I put 5 on here. So Leslie said, what I enjoy most is the community that Wellness for Hugh brings, which is what we said we're all about. I love the vibes and also love the cool new wellness finds that Wellness for Hugh shares. So she points out that we also feature local businesses. So sometimes we just do a reel of a local business that we think people should check out, whether that's Pump and Crunch Meal Prep or, Human for recovery. So yeah, definitely check out our page simply just to check out the wellness finds that we find and want to share.
Yeah.
And of course that are sharing on this podcast in every episode. So
Shout outs.
shout out to go listen to their full stories. And then Jen also said she had moved here. Taking Wellness for You fitness classes is one of my favorite forms of self-care. I love the variety of classes and events offered and the inclusive community feel from all of the class instructors.
Oh, I love that.
Just another, we're inclusive. Everybody's welcome. We really do have people of all ages come and just all different types, and I love that.
I think that's, I love that she mentioned that because I've noticed that at events, like every single one of us go up and talk to someone, even if you haven't met them. And I like to introduce myself and ask them like how they heard about us, and then ask them what they do. And I think that helps, right? Like we do care, and we want our community to grow, and we want people to feel they have a safe space to come to.
And when we meet and ask what people do, we're creating this network as well. So Winnie and I mentioned this too, the time our Instagram got hacked, we remembered that at one of the events, one of the girls said she had worked for Meta. And we were like,
That's
oh my
amazing.
gosh, who was the girl who worked for Meta so we can ask her if she could help us, please? And so, we worked some of our contacts through that. So just different things like that. You never know when it's going to be good to know people in your community.
And the amount of people who just reach out when you need something from within the community, like, can I help you with this, or can I donate with that? People donating to gift bags, or wanting to support at the events, or offering to host, and
Absolutely.
Or the other way around, when people message us, we're open to messages. Hey, where do you recommend a massage? Like, maybe you don't want to scroll all the way down our page because I haven't organized them back in the highlights since we got hacked. But we'll just quickly say, oh, go check out Katie, or reach out to Kim, or something like that.
Do you need deep tissue? Are you looking for
lymphatic?
Like, what do you need?
We got you. Or you want acupuncture?
Yeah, exactly.
Deep.
Like the amount of people I've referred to Sebas and Dr. Sarah, and it's so cool, the network we've built and the friendships that have been made from this community. It's really special.
And just a bonus review here, one of the business owners actually left us a review, Somya at Mala Market, and she said, yes, consistently amazing classes with teachers who genuinely care. They always bring in such a positive crowd.
Oh.
And that's something she always gives me feedback on after we leave. She says, everybody that comes out of your classes just seems so happy, and the energy y'all bring is just great. We love having you in our space. And I will tell y'all, a lot of business owners give me that feedback after our events, like Fiora's, a ton of them.
Oh, yours, that was so special. I like that. The book
And
club.
we love Mala Market. That's one of our original places that we started doing events, and it's a special place because we're also supporting, the local vendors that come to sell their products, and supporting Samya, and it's very community oriented there. So.
There's so many hidden gems in there.
There are.
Like, that place is a hidden gem, and then there are hidden gems in the hidden gem.
Yeah.
And
Like
whenever
the
I go
artwork on
there,
the walls, I just love.
Oh, I love it. Whenever I go there, I run into people from Wellness4Hou, from our community too. Like humans.
Margaret,
It's just funny. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Margaret.
Yeah, that's true too. We do run into people all around town at our favorite places now, which I love.
Yes.
So let's shift to some of our goals for 2024. We chatted a little bit about some of the events we want to host. Of course, we want to host some new events, again, maybe kind of around 3 per month. And again, we want to continue this podcast. I don't want to talk too much. Like, I want y'all to speak too. I could go on and on about my goals. Whitney?
Yeah, I think just continuing to push ourselves to be better, to create more amazing experiences for the community. Some of the things that we know and love that work, we want to keep those, but also expand and try different things. And then, of course, our content, we want to...
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
If you want to touch on growth and content, too.
Increase it.
We want to increase it.
Yes, we do.
Well, it's the...
to help us grow.
Yeah, it's like you get videos and stuff from the events, and then it's a matter of, like, we have airdrop, we swap things out, and just having more of a presence there. And that's partially my schedule has ebbed and flowed a lot this year, with different slash changes, to say the least. But like, me recommitting to that and being around more and available more, but also being able to fall back on, sometimes Alexis has to get the content, or like sometimes Whitney steps up. And I think that it kind of just goes back to, we're all multi-talented, multi-passionate.
Wear multi-hats.
Yes, and that works. I do think, like Whitney said, like, keeping the things that are working, like, we'll have more wellness walks, we'll have more new moon workshops. Those are 2 of our like OG events that keep coming back. There's the moon's always doing its thing up there. So it's
on the schedule as well.
It keeps coming back around, so we'll just keep doing those events. But we also have new fun ideas. there's a Wellness for You field day in the works.
I'm excited about this.
And that's that's my little brainchild, and I'm super excited to bring it to life.
And also, when we say try new things, some new things that I want to try that we've gotten good feedback on is even non-fitness events, just get-togethers, right? So more social type activities. So things like candle making workshops or like body scrub workshops and the book clubs. Everybody loves the book clubs. Like literally everybody loves the book clubs. I'm like, dang, okay, I'm glad y'all are making me read. This is good for me.
And it's a fun way to come together and just chat and share. And
Absolutely. And I love I know like the last one we read had guideposts, but I felt like yours were even better. You came with like all of these comments and questions to kind of get us to like think back of what we read. And I saved it because I was like, you know what? I'm going to read through this again and again and again.
Yeah, I'll underline my favorite moments and then I'll go back and like type them in our worksheet for discussion. And it's something you can keep as clip notes.
The worksheet, that's right.
And this podcast, this has really been, Alexis, this has been kind of your passion project, starting the podcast. And it's been really fun to be part of it. And so watching that grow and continuing to bring new people onto the pod. We've talked about, I'm almost scared to say it out loud, but I'm going to manifest it. We've talked about maybe even getting an app in the works at some point.
At some point,
Oh my God.
Or on our website,
Manifest
having
it.
the videos. Yeah.
I'll help generate it. I'm a generator. I did that after I read your intro. I was like, what am I?
What am I? So, yeah, I think big goals for sure would, of course, be good sponsors for the podcast. I want to manifest that.
Yes.
And have some recordings of the meditations and some of the movements and the yogas that we do and adding those to our website either as like a subscribe capability or an app. And then we also can utilize our YouTube in that sense.
True.
And one of my goals is to get the podcast up on the website. And now I have a girl helping me with the website so that we can update the events monthly more quickly. Then maybe I can get to it.
And let's manifest. I'm just going to, maybe the Panorama guys might come on the podcast.
Yes.
Maybe manifesting that here.
Yes. In-house. So those are some of the things off the top of my head. I'm really excited for 2024 and all that we're going to create.
And just thank you guys for like pushing me. Like I know, speaking about content, I've learned a lot about making reels and pushing myself in that aspect because I have a journalism background and I used to love to do that. But like with Instagram, it's kind of new. So watching Michelle's reels and Alexis, like you guys, and Kate too, like you guys have really helped me get out of my comfort zone in different ways.
We help each other learn new things. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, reels. I have to just like let my design background go because I like agonize over every detail. And I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. Just put something up there. I mean, and
I go back and forth on things. I go back and forth. So
I'll just be like watching Michelle's on her page and going,
hers
that
is
is
so
so creative. Like
good.
What?
the angles she comes up.
Yeah, that's why it's my thing.
Yeah, that's why she's in the role.
Yeah,
She's
I was like, that's why I do what I do.
Are you telling me to stay in my lane? No, I'm
No.
just kidding.
No, I just
kidding.
she does it so it looks so natural, whether you mean it to be or not. And so yeah, I'm just
It's amazing.
I take
thank you guys. It
inspiration
means a
from
lot.
all of y'all actually. So
And we want to continue to do business features and have
Yes.
you come do those
Yeah.
for us.
I completely spaced on that talking about content, but getting into like highlighting more businesses so that our page is somewhere where you can almost use as a reference of like, you can always reach out to us and check in like person to person, or get a recommendation that way, but just utilizing the page and kind of organizing it in a way where you have the guides, you have the highlights, all of that stuff, like on our Instagram, and then utilizing that, shifting it into website stuff, and but highlighting businesses, and then just really highlighting the community in itself and seeing the smiling faces and the interactions naturally as they're happening. I love being behind the scenes at events, but also fully present in the events at the same time.
Totally.
And also, Michelle is very humble, but she also has done weddings and worked with different businesses. I'm just going to, if she's not going to promote herself, I'm going to promote her.
Reach out
If
to
you
Michelle.
need someone to do a wedding or an event, holla at your girl.
And we'll drop our info in the show notes. You can reach out to all of us. The last goal I will say too is I do want to do a little bit. I want to do some more merch.
Merch.
Oh,
We need
I
more
have one
merch.
shirt.
I want to do. I love the hoodies. Bring those back.
I know. The
need a
hoodies
hoodie.
behind me. I'll have to
And
take a
the
picture
angel
of it.
numbers and the shorts.
I
Yeah.
really
Oh,
want
the
to do like
hats, yes.
sweaters.
Oh.
We did hats. And I will say, we printed mostly girl, like, crop shirts and stuff, but the boys that we printed the shirts for, the 3 or 4 of them, love their shirts. I can't tell you how many times they come to me and they're like, so when are you going to do, like, a new design shirt? Because, like, your shirts are really comfortable and they fit just right.
They are so
and
soft.
They're so soft. So, yeah, we might have to do some more men's merch,
we
too.
will do more merch.
Yes.
So.
More for the dudes, yeah.
Yes, some for the dudes, for sure. So with that, I think we should close with just what does wellness mean to you, or just touch on something you do in your own life that brings you wellness, that's your favorite, and where to find you.
Oh, you're looking at me.
I mean,
Okay.
whoever
we
wants to
kick
go
it
first,
off.
I keep always like just delegate to Whitney.
Wellness to me means showing up however you need to show up and taking care of your body, mind, and spirit in whatever way makes sense on that day, because every day is different. So whatever self-care that you truly need to feel the best version of yourself, whether that's, for me, a nap or a bath with a really good book. Like last night I started a really good book and took a bubble bath to unwind, or, you know, human, or even just like prayer, meditation, whatever that is. You can find me with WellnessForHou on our Instagram at WellnessForHou, or on our website, WellnessForHou.com. I'm also at Urban Fit Yoga with Kate and Inner Me, as well as Rise Movement. So all over the place. And Bar Method. Oh my gosh.
So many slashes. Awesome. So thinking back to recently finishing up Brene Brown's book, I have thought about what wellness means to me. And one thing that really hit home that I read was she talked about the society that we live in today, and like we're just go, just fast. But having to carve that time of playfulness out for yourself. Like, I'm a very playful person at heart, as she's nodding, yes. That I realized that those are the little moments that I love, and how can I create more of that playfulness next year? So that's also kind of like a goal for me. So it's ties into, I agree with 100% with everything that Whitney said. I'm over here like, yes. But to add something into that, the playfulness aspect, because if you're not allowing yourself to laugh and live and just have that joy, you know, that is a part of wellness. And so my goal is to do that too.
And
So I'm
where to
tying my
find
goal with like what wellness means to me.
I love that.
And then what was the other
Where
one?
to find you.
Where to find me at, as Whitney mentioned, teaching Vinyan at Urban Fit once a week. And then also Wellness for Hugh events. I like to teach whenever we can partner up with some new businesses and some existing ones that we've featured, as well as, you know, if you need some contract furniture for your workspace, I'm your gal.
And what is your Instagram?
Oh, Instagram. It's
hard.
at Kate Star, but it's spelled in LEET format. So, you know, K4T3ST4R. So there you go.
We'll put that in
All the
show
guys will
notes.
love that one.
I always forget what that like text
It's Kate
is called.
Star, yeah.
All I can think of is like R2D2. Like some
I have to give a shout out to my younger brother who gave me that as my tag name, my gamer tag name back in the day.
Oh.
And I have used that for everything.
You were a
so
gamer?
I was.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
I was. Did
Always
Okay.
learning new things.
a
about
little
each
bit
other.
of WoW, you know.
How fun. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can see all the head nods as we're talking about our definitions of wellness and what it means to us, because I agree with what these two ladies have already said about wellness. But I think a piece of me that is like a core element of my wellness practice, we'll say that, is being mindful about how I'm moving through my day. Like I mentioned earlier, just taking that, like scheduling in that pause. It's something about just being mindful about how I'm eating my food, what I'm eating, who I'm interacting with, how I'm moving through my day. So it brings wellness into literally every moment of my 24 hours that we all have. It's the same 24 hours,
good.
but yeah. So That's what wellness means to me.
Well said.
And where to find you?
And you can find me on Instagram at @MichelleBlunt_. Blunt is BLOUNT. You can also find me behind the bar at a Texans football game. You can find me you wouldn't find me at a wedding if you weren't invited to it, but I was like, I have done I've done quite a few weddings lately, so that is top of mind. I'm also at Onion Creek on White Oak. I pop in there randomly. I was working the patio for brunch, but it's cold outside, so not there so much right now, but yeah. I'm all over the place. 2 main places I'm at right now.
I was waiting for
I was like, where am I at during the day?
What do I do?
I know. I just
All the slashes.
I am facilitating modalities at Human, so come in and do some lymphatic drainage, cryo-freeze, something like that. Take a cold plunge. I'll help you through the process. And then also at Temple Wellness, guiding people into their rooms for their acupuncture and their massages, and just being at the front desk there and sharing that space with people is one of my favorite things. I love being there in the mornings. It's just a great way to start my day.
Yeah, Michelle's your girl for your pep talk cheerleader at the ice bath.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I love that. Woo! So y'all know I love wellness, so a million thoughts pop into my head. I agree with everything y'all have said. Something that resonates with me is also small, consistent actions. I never think it's a good idea to try to change everything overnight. I think it's more sustainable and holistic to work on it in small ways throughout your day, right? By what you're eating, deciding to move your body, trying to get enough sleep, connecting with others. And that brings me to what Kate said. I think community is a really essential part of wellness, of your physical, mental, emotional well-being, is having people who you can call family, friends, and go do something joyful with. I think that's really essential as I've grown older. And I feel like I have 1,000 other thoughts. I'll stop there on those 2. So just small, consistent actions throughout the day, resonate with what y'all say, and community. Yeah.
Can we just end on how special this is?
And like Whitney said, you can find me at Alexis for Wellness, our team at WellnessForHou, HOU, this podcast at WellnessForHou Podcast, as well as all the platforms that are at that link in bio, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon. We'd love for you to subscribe, follow, leave us a review. And yeah, we'll close out with that. Thank you, girlies, so much.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes. And cheers to a new year. Wellness
Cheers
for
to
you.
Cheers.